2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome to the Timberlake at Night Show. What's going on to my people on YouTube? What's up, Wolfpack? I got a special guest tonight. It's my new friend, Kenneth Mejia. Give it up for Kenneth Mejia, everybody. Now, before we get too rolling into this, because I don't want any problems. I want to make sure that everybody can hear Kenneth. Say what's up to everybody, Kenneth.
What's up, everybody?
Holla back. I need you guys to make comments if you can hear Kenneth. Let me know you can hear him, man. There's a slight delay, Kenneth, so I'm waiting for them to give me a response. Can you hear us? And look, the people go, they're supposed to be 9 o'clock. Well, we're started. We're here. We're waiting to make sure we get confirmation from somebody on YouTube. Yes, loud and clear. My man Bon Kim says we got the loud and clear go, Kenneth. So let's rock, man. So people, this is great. This is my new segment I'm going to start doing. It's going to be called People Power. People Power. And I'm starting with my friend Kenneth. Kenneth, man, you're doing big things. What is going on, my friend?
How you doing, Tim? How you doing, everybody? I'm doing great. It's good to be here. I just got off of work 5 minutes ago, so it's good. It's good.
It's good, man. So Kenneth, man, where are you?
I am located in Los Angeles, in California's 34th Congressional District.
34th Congressional District, man. How long have you been in California?
I've been in California. I just turned 26 in November. I've been in California my whole life.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Man, to be 26, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. Give it up for Kenneth being 26, y'all. Give it up for that. Give it up for the youth, man. I love it, man. It keeps me young, Kenneth. You're keeping me young, brother. So, Kenneth, man, I understand you're running for office, man. Tell me your story, man. I want to know what inspired you. What's making you do this?
In terms of what made me actually get involved in the political process, it was actually Bernie Sanders got me involved in the political process to run. So. Okay.
So that's what got you running. I mean, there are a lot of other things you could be doing. I mean, what are there some particular issues that struck to your heart? Like what motivated you besides Bernie?
Well, what pushes me in life through general, even as a kid, was just seeing people growing up and struggling, seeing friends' parents struggling to pay bills, put a roof over their head, or seeing people living on the streets. That was always something that struck out to me. And even as a kid, I would go out and ask my mom, hey, can I have some money or some food to give to this guy? And then my mom's like, sure. And so I saw Bernie Sanders, who actually spoke about taking care of these people, like single mothers like my mom, or helping the poor, or helping the undocumented immigrants. And I thought, holy shit, there's actually finally a politician who actually gives a damn. And I think many people can relate, because a lot of people were disaffected youth, like myself, who didn't get involved because of the fact that it was already all bad. And so once I saw Bernie and all that, I was like, I could do that too. And I feel like we could help Bernie and all them who are in Congress and actually make policy that actually works for people. So.
Wow, man, and you're right, man. That is, it does seem like a big challenge. It does seem kind of daunting. I know when I started looking into politics, I felt the same way, man. Like, why would I talk about this? It seems insurmountable, some of the challenges. Man, your mom, let me back up. Your mom sounds like a great person, brother. She's, she sounds terrific. She often lets you feed homeless people?
Yeah, I mean, I would ask her, we'd be walking and we'd see people growing up either in San Fernando Valley or in downtown LA. And I was like, hey, can I have $1 or $2? And, I just carry that on with me, throughout my whole life. And I feel like my mom, she understood what I was trying to do. Because, if anything, I get my fighting spirit and my compassion from my mother. So.
Wow. Well, I know a little bit of your backstory, man. I checked out you. This is not your first time running. You ran before, right?
Yeah, this is my second time running, actually.
Okay. And what was that experience like, running for Congress for the first time?
Oh, it was good. I was actually a write-in candidate, and I campaigned for 2 months. and I was able to receive 1,177 write-in votes in 2 months, and it got less than 2% of the vote. So it was actually really well. It actually laid the foundation and the structure of what, I improved on in this current election.
Wow, man. So you got over 1,000 votes as a write-in candidate,
Yeah.
virtually unknown. And that's kind of inspiring. Like if you think about it, like anyone can do that. Like, do you feel like anyone can do what you did, like to just jump in and say, "Let me give this a shot"?
Yeah, I feel like anybody could do it. Personally, what I tell people is I'm no different than you are. You can literally just get up and help people and do things that can make a difference. And if it's running for politics, by all means, go for it, because there are people who have all the experience and policy, experience in the world who are in Congress who aren't doing a damn thing. So I say, everyone, just go for it. If you have a good heart and you're driven and you're for the people, then by all means, represent.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've been noticing. Like, with all the talk about how much people don't like uh, Donald Trump, for instance, and all the talk about people not liking the fake news. You know what's like least than Donald Trump and fake news? Congress.
Yeah. Yeah, Congress has what, like a 20% approval rating right
I think
now.
it's in the teens, brother, in the teens. It's
Yeah,
really bad, bro. So, man,
really
why
bad.
would you, Kenneth? That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you want to join that team, man? Knowing people kind of don't like politicians right now.
Yeah, and I think it's actually the perfect setting to breed public servants, which is what we want. We're sick and tired of politicians, and this is actually the perfect time to step up and fight back. So that's sort of why I got involved. So I like it.
Yeah, yeah, man. And I just wrote down what you said. A word
Yeah.
that we don't hear many politicians say: public servant.
Right,
You
exactly.
feel
No
me?
one, no one, no one likes to be a public servant. They'd rather cater to serving the billionaire class, Wall Street, fossil fuel companies, so.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, man. Why do you think? Why do you think they serve these special interests? What's up?
Well, I feel like they serve those special interests because number one, they get their money from them, especially a lot of people who run for office. The biggest deterrent to running for office are opponents who have so much money, right? And they just want so much power. And what they do is they give tons of money, whether it's through to candidates or whether it's through lobbying in Congress. Politicians cater to them because they want to stay in power. And it's very sad because they use that money to then trick people, in these debates and these when they're out there, they sound like progressives, but they're really not. And I think it has to do more with power, and so I feel like they're not doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, that's why like whenever I have a conversation, Ken, first thing I want to know when I talk to people is like why. Why are
Right.
you doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like what drives you? And when good people like you, Kenneth, who say, it's just from the heart. Like I see a problem, I want to fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I see issues and I want to be a part of the solution. And those are the people that I love to talk to, man. Um, I don't know. Like what is so tell me about the campaign. What are some of the issues affecting people in your district specifically?
Yeah, so I'm running in Congressional District 34. That is Los Angeles, basically, and that includes downtown LA, Koreatown, Boyle Heights, Northeast LA, like Highland Park. So if you're watching and if you're from LA, it's like pretty much the heart of LA. And there are so many issues. Here in Los Angeles, well, one out of every four people live in poverty. That's less than 20,000 a year. 50% of single mothers in this district live in poverty. That's crazy because they have a child and they make less than 20,000. One out of every five people don't have health insurance. This is also an area that has the most polluted city in the country. And it's also one of the areas that has a lot of undocumented immigrants. So there are a lot of uh, things that's going on in this district that hasn't been going well for the past like 40 years, and now it's even scarier now that you see what's going on with the deportations and all that, and and so those are the big things I think that are going on right now, and
Yeah,
homelessness keeps growing. So yeah, that's
yeah. I was
another
going
one.
to ask you, how close are you to Skid Row? Because I
A
hear
mile
some
away.
a mile away.
Yep. It's in our district, and we're out there every month, feeding them and giving them clothes and hygienic products. And it's sad because we have over in just Skid Row in a mile radius, it's like 10,000 people.
Wow.
You know,
When you say we're out there, who is we? Is there a
it's
group? Of,
like us, yeah, us and volunteers called We Can Make a Difference, and another group we partner up with is Full Armor Organization, and we go out there, and it's sad, and it's like, to be honest, it's messed up because most of the people there are like African American, and most of the kids there are like African American or Latino kids, and it sort of shows how like systemic it is when it comes to like race and how the system is treating people. So it's messed up. So
right,
it's
right. Yeah, yeah, I agree, man. Sometimes people they want to shy away from the issue of it being anything to do with race, But when you look at this, you look and you see the same types of people in the same situation. Well, that's not an accident. Like after a while, you got to kind of like figure maybe this is structural, maybe this is institutional, maybe there's something. These things, something looks the same. When you look at these cities and you see these issues.
right.
But so you're out there feeding the homeless. You're giving them what they need, hygienic products, you say, and
Yeah.
and what are some stories, man? I need you to pump me up, man. What are some stories? What are some things they tell you when you go out to help people?
Yeah. So, when I go out there, one of this guy, his name is Smooth, and he's like, thank you for coming out here. No one ever comes and visits us. We're just regular people here. Many of us got involved at a young age in drugs or into gang violence, but it's not our fault. We didn't have opportunity to get, a good education like someone living in the suburbs would, or you have another homeless person there who is just thankful that he's alive, but he's like, I have cancer, and I don't know how much life I have left, but I'm doing everything I can. I lost my home in the crisis, and it's just like stuff like that you when you're out there, it doesn't hit you until like you go home and you think about like how lucky you are, and privileged we are just to have something. So it's sad, and that's like one of the things I want to that address in my platform, which is ending homelessness, because there's 560,000 people in the United States, and 120,000 of those people are children. So it's sad, especially seeing all the kids. Like we went there on Saturday and we gave them school supplies, and so you see the little kids, they just run up and they like grab all the books and the crayons, and they're excited. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Grabbing the books, huh? Grabbing
Mhm.
the books.
Crayon,
That's
all
something you
that.
don't hear people say much, too often. That they were running up like they were getting new Jordans, huh? But they were grabbing
Right.
books.
Exactly. Like we had a box and they ripped it open and they were just grabbing the Elmo books and the it was sweet, but sad. So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, it's okay, man. People need to know that these are real people. That these people, that because it becomes abstract, Kenneth. Like it just becomes these people that's over there. But when you have these close-up personal experiences, when you talk about them, you grab people, and that's what we need to do, man. We need to grab these people, man, because they're detached. Too many people are detached right now from what's going on now. So tell me something else, man. What is Okay, tell me about your platform. You talked about that. What is it? Some
Like what I
points.
said. So one of the big things we want to do is in the district is immigration's a big issue. So part of our platform, we want to provide legal status for all immigrants, because we believe that that if we could have open borders to billions of dollars of multinational companies coming in and stealing our jobs while we compete with people in Vietnam at pennies on the dollar, then we should have open borders for people, because this is our land. It's the people's land, and no one's trying to do anything bad here, or like steal people's job. People are just trying to get a better life. So that goes for immigration. That another big one would be healthcare. So we want to guarantee healthcare as a right, Medicare for all, because we're the only country that doesn't guarantee it. A major developed country that doesn't guarantee it. And 1 out of every 5 people here don't have health insurance. So it's a huge issue. And then I say third, another big one would be education. So we want to provide education as a right, like tuition-free public college and university. And like the Green Party, we want to cancel student debt as well. So those are some of the big issues that we want to tackle.
Yeah, big issues. Big. What's the response of the people when you tell them about your platform? People in your district.
They love it. I mean, like this is literally what, I didn't come up with this. This was from the people in the community, and it's also from our party, like the Green Party platform. So when people are like, "Oh my God, I had no idea that there was such thing as the Green Party," and I was like, "Yeah, I used to be a Democrat," and they're like, "Oh, you?" Like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Yeah, I left because things happen, right?"
Yeah, yeah. I get the same response when I interviewed Jill like 3 times, and I still meet people who didn't know who she was, so I'd have to introduce them to this woman. I say, I'm voting for a woman. They say, who? They say Hillary. I say, no. They say, well, who then?
Yeah.
I say Jill Stein. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
So it was an opportunity.
Exactly. Everyone's like, "What the hell?" Like we're at the Women's March, right? And then that how it was like a big thing, the Women's March nationally. One of the speakers was one of the founders of Black Lives Matter Los Angeles. So she was talking, and she's like, "We didn't get the president. We didn't get the president we deserve." And everyone's like, "But you know who I voted for? I voted for a female." I think it was something like that. And everyone's like, "Woo!" And it was like, Jill Stein. I was like, "Oh, snap." It was like hundreds of thousands of people like at the Women's March. I was like, "Oh, what's that?" I thought that was dope. But yeah, no one knows about her or about us. So
Right, right. Yeah. Well, knowing that running as a Green Party, yeah, it's different when you get to tell people. That gives you something to talk about. But, what made you make that decision, knowing that it would be a little bit difficult, just the awareness factor of not being a Democrat, you know what I'm saying, or Republican? What made you make that decision?
Well, it's personally as a human, my saying is, real recognizes real. So like I could give no damns if you're a Democrat or Republican. Like if you're not about the people and about their values and about compassion and hard work and fairness, then I don't really care what you are. So I didn't see that anymore with the Democrats or Republicans. Like I gave the Democrats a chance because of Bernie, and then they sort of screwed him over. And luckily there was someone like Jill Stein in the Green Party there, and I actually looked into it, and I was like, oh my God, well, these people actually are fighting for things that I believe. I was like, damn, Jill Stein's not holding back. Like she actually cares about, she cared about communities of color. Like she was out there, she was out here at Black Lives Matter at City Hall telling them to fire the mayor because they keep on killing people out here, and it's like, oh snap, like I love that. And although it's hard, like the way the environment is right now, it's ready. Like how we were saying earlier, like everyone hates politicians. The people in Los Angeles, especially this district, this is the only district in Los Angeles that actually won for Bernie Sanders. So people, and he's a socialist. So people are ready for a change. And so.
Right. I love that, man. And you're right. I mean, and that's how I segue into looking at Jill too, because the party, I guess the policies and the initiatives that she was for, they were just congruent with what I already believed. So it was an easy move for me. You know me? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah, you decide, okay, green's the way to go, and then we start running. Man, I had Sam Ronan on the show, and he was telling me about impediments to running. Is that something you ran into? Did you get any support? Was anybody like looking out for you? Like, I don't know. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, luckily last year when we ran as a write-in, we got like a national movement. We just started our Facebook in last year in April, and we already have close to 20,000 supporters. And because of that infrastructure, nationally we have a huge following, but also locally as well. Like LA is a huge progressive hub, like a revolutionary hub, and because of that we're able to have like at least 100 people helping us on the ground, and we have like over like 400 people who are signed up to volunteer in phone bank. So it's amazing. So it's hard. We don't have the Green Party like funding because we don't have a lot of money, but we do have the people across party lines. We're pulling Republicans, Democrats, Greens, Socialists, Peace and Freedom people like right now who are registered voters. So it's dope. This is really a grassroots campaign. That's what I'm telling people. We've raised $30,000 in 3 months with over 870 donations, and our average is $33. So
give it up for that, guys.
Yeah,
that. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, we're pulling if you take out partisanship bias, because these establishment candidates conduct these polls, we're fourth place when you take out the partisanship out of 23 people. And we only need to be top two to advance. So, and we're green, and there's 19 Democrats. So you could obviously tell there's a split going on, and obviously we're making an impact by reaching the community. So,
Wow, wow, that is encouraging, man. Look, you said you have 100 people on the ground. You got like you said 30 people like working with you.
like 300 people, like phone banking. So,
300 people phone banking. You got people on the ground.
exactly.
Man,
Yep.
you kind of
Yep.
kicking butt, man.
Yeah, we have like 1,000 people signed up, and we just need to tap into them, you know. So it's just we have 33 days left. So
Yeah, it was your people. Like, so you hit me up on Facebook at some point, but I've been hearing about you for a while. So like, it's not like I didn't know who you were. I would hear Kenneth, and then then I started getting these messages like, Tim, you got to bring Kenneth on, man. You got to bring, you know what I'm saying? And like, okay, then another day go by, then Kenneth, you got to get, and it would just keep, and that's positive, man, because I need to know what the people want. I'm like you say, the people create the platform for you. It's like
right.
what the people want. I'm the same way, brother. So when you run into people like Kenneth, yeah, holler at me because
Right.
I'm usually working. And I may miss somebody. And if you keep hitting me, that lets me know that people are interested. So Kenneth's doing this thing. He's running. Tell me about your challenges. I don't know. Tell me about these people that are in the way of democracy.
Right. So, the people who are actually, winning from these biased polls are actually the establishment Democrats. And the hard part is everyone, when you go to these forums or these debates, or even when you check out their website or their Facebook, they're like, it's funny because they're like, I'm not part of the establishment. I'm like, well, you don't even need to say that. If you say you're not part of the establishment, you're part of the establishment. These people have raised in 1 month in December, they raised $200,000, and the other candidate raised over $300,000, and it's not right. And they're receiving these big money from like developers and stuff, people who kick out the community, who build luxury apartments in Los Angeles. Like, gentrification is a huge issue here, and when they're out there, they sound like they copying me, like they're copying our platform and stuff, and they want to provide all this stuff. And if they all wanted to provide this stuff like healthcare or single payer, they would have supported Bernie, but many of them are huge like Hillary backers and whatnot, which is fine. But the point is they're deceiving people, and they sound like us progressives who are truly fighting for the people, and it's not right. So you gotta, my job is to expose them. So if you see, I have some videos up that got viral because at these forums, I jumped off the stage and I called out the Democratic Party and Republicans, and it was like, oh snap! I literally jumped off like a 5-foot stage at a forum. So it was. That's the challenges, is dealing with these people who have all the money in the world and who are sounding alike. So.
Man, I love that. I love that energy, man. I love that attitude. And I think that's probably why people were like, you got to get Kenneth, man. This guy's burning it up. They probably saw you jump off that stage.
Yeah.
Man, look, you're right. It's unfair how big money has the influence. And it does piss me off too, Kenneth, that people are like stealing our mottos, stealing our thunder, like, but they're not going to do anything with it though. Like it's just for show, because
right.
It's trending right now. Like when everybody starts doing the dab, like popping and locking was a thing, you did in the hood, and then you cut on TV and it's like, people that don't know how to do it, but they're doing it. It's like, well, okay, it's cool that you want to do that, but, respect where it came from. And that's the way I look at progressivism. It's like these people are really, it's even worse because these people, they don't even want to learn the culture of progressives or the culture of humanitarians. They just want the votes.
Right.
Exactly. So what do we do, man? So what like, I'm coming at a loss, man. Like, we were fighting this big money. You got these super popular people basically because they're already hooked into the establishment. What's the plan? How do we help you win? Like, how do we cut through that crap?
Yeah, so I mean, what we've been doing, and it's pretty successful, is when we talk to voters, we tell them, what situation are they in, and they tell us usually they're in a pretty like bad spot or whatnot. They can't afford health insurance, or they can't put their kid in school, or they can't pay rent. And then we let them know, like, well, our party is actually the only party that has it on our platform that doesn't receive money from health insurance companies that don't want to give you single payer. Or our platform or our party actually supports tuition-free public college education, which is what your son needs, and so you don't have to pay for that. And then we also tell them like what bad both major parties have done. Like we tell them the fact that the Democratic Party took out single payer Medicare for all off their platform, or they didn't want to include banning fracking, and they're like, oh, I didn't know that, and so the way we are able to get through this is, since this LA is a heavily Democratic city, we expose them. And so this is what we do, like on these debates, these forums, and online and in person when we canvass and talk to people, is we tell the truth. And they're like, oh my God, you're right. I didn't know, because I only thought there was Democrats and I only see Republicans as bad people. So that's how we're sort of making our way through. We're exposing the truth, and we're exposing candidates, and this is how we're gonna win. And we can't let the Democrats or anybody or Republicans like co-opt our movement, which is what we're seeing right now. So
yeah. I definitely follow you on that, and I'm wondering. I guess information's what's doing it. Part of the reason why, like, people say we hit Democrats pretty hard. Like, speaking for me, H.A. Goodman, we do our show No Sellouts, and people say, Tim, why you always hitting the Democrats? Well, I think that right now we can get the real Democrats to leave and make something new. Like, because people don't know there's options out there. Like Kenneth, they don't know you're out there. So we got to let them know that there are other options, and that these people aren't what they're cracked up to be. So
exactly.
let's, and particularly for my people, man, I'm a humanitarian, but I recognize the map, and I say, if we can get people to stop automatically voting Democrat, like, we can like blow this thing wide open.
Hell yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I really believe that, Kenneth. I believe the more people we wake up, and you said information, is that the thing? Information.
Yeah. Education is the most powerful tool.
Education, that's the most powerful tool.
Educating the voters, letting them know, like, hey, these people don't represent you. And then we spit out facts like only 24% of Americans are Democrats, and 28 are Republicans, and the rest are independents. They're like, what? I had no idea. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the perfect breathing room for, I even tell people, like, it's not enough to be progressive anymore. It's time to be revolutionary. So that's what we're trying to do.
Oh, snap. I'm going to use your term now. Oh, snap, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt. I was thinking about that meme that runs around with the rap battle, man. That's what I'm picturing right now. The heads exploding.
Actually, I did a rap video last year for my last campaign. Got like 90,000 views in a week, and I was just like, oh. So I'm gonna put up another rap video probably like in 2 weeks or something.
Man, do it, man, because like that's the thing, man. When you grassroots, man, go, like what they say, what's it? Go guerrilla marketing, like guerrilla campaigning, man. Exactly.
No one sees it coming, like no one.
And you know what? If they bite your style, if they bite your, I guess your talking points of what, but you know what I'm saying. If they co-opt that, all you got to do is just keep on refining your message, keep changing it up, because they can never catch up with the originator, man. So just keep moving,
Right.
These old establishment candidates, they can't do what you do.
Yep, they won't see it coming. They don't see me calling people out at these forums. They don't see me jumping off these stages. I'm doing it. I'm doing it all. Like, I'm tired of these people freaking running this country like it's a business, and I hate it. So.
Absolutely, that's what they're doing, man. Absolutely. So tell me about, when's the day? Like, I know we're getting closer and closer. When is this actual election? When is that?
It starts. The election is April 4th.
Oh, okay.
And early voting starts on Monday. So, but it's an open primary, so no one has to be like a registered Green to vote for me. So luckily, anyone can vote for anybody. So 33 days left.
I like that. I like the amount of time you have, and also like that it's open. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. So that means if the people don't have to do anything extra. I think you know what, Kenneth. I think all elections should be open anyway. I mean, we need to
Yep.
fight for that across the board, don't you think?
Of course. And they need to do that. Like Democrats and Republicans, if they actually cared about democracy, they'd have open elections, they have automatic voter registration, they have ranked choice voting. They would have all this, but they got to stay in power. That's like I said, power, power, power. So
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, man. Well, look, man. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight, man. Tell people where to go to get involved and find out more, bro.
yeah, so if you want to find out more about me, if you want to volunteer, if you want to donate, we have many people who sign up to volunteer from out of state. So if you don't live in California, you could phone bank. You could visit mejiaforcongress.com. That's MEJIA, the number 4, congress.com. And then you could see the volunteer and the donation page, and you could see all our issues in our platform. And our website is the most like comprehensive issues platform ever compared to any candidates. Like all the other candidates don't have anything on it. So it shows how much they're taking it for granted because they have the money and they're going to send mailers and TV ads. So, but we're out there in the streets and we're out there talking to the people. So that's how you could get involved. MejiaForCongress.com.
You know that's crazy, man, Mia, because I looked at a video earlier today of you, bro, and you didn't even have a website at the time. You were like, I don't have a website. I love you all. Come, follow me, on Facebook.
Exactly. And when I said that, like 10 people came up to me. I was like, I want to create your website. It's crazy how the grassroots comes through. So
I love it, man. And you know what? That is it. The power of the people, man. So now these rich. Well, I don't know if they're rich, but these establishment candidates who don't even have a website. They're not working social media.
Exactly.
Right? Dude, they're so slow. They are slow, bro. Like they don't get it. I can't believe that they don't know the powers. Kenneth, you got a real shot, bro. I'm not just saying that you have a shot. If they're that behind, we can really help you here. We can all help you, big time.
Exactly. Whoever gets the most voters out is gonna win, not these damn TV commercials and stuff like that. So, and real conversations are gonna win this. So we got this.
Look, man, pitch him something now. I need you to I know you just got off work, man, but I'm going to give you a couple minutes, man. I want you to tell people why they should vote for you, to try to get them to come out and help, because we need to really push for you. We don't want to wait till it's April 1st. We need to push now. What's up? Talk to them.
Exactly. So I'll tell you all about who I am personally. My name is Kenneth Mejia. I'm 26 years old. I was born and raised in Silmar, which is part of the city of Los Angeles. Born and raised by a single immigrant mother from the Philippines. She took care of me and my 3 siblings, and she's a registered nurse, and she took care of us and made sure out of all the siblings, I was the troublemaker, that my ass graduated from school, because she loved education, and she taught me that education could get you anywhere. And so because of that, I was able to graduate college in 2.5 years when I was 20 years old. And from there, I got my certified public accounting license when I was 22 years old. I've been an auditor, auditing multi-billion-dollar companies, Fortune 500 companies, making sure their books are right and they're not cheating. I did that for 3 years. And after that, I worked 2 years in the financial service industry as an accountant. And I quit last year so I could run for Congress as a write-in, and I lost. And so I'm back here again, thank God, because our congressman left. But basically, I ran last year in the Democratic Party, and LA is a huge Democratic area. But what we've seen over time is how they are not for progressive candidates like Bernie Sanders or Tulsi Gabbard, for example. And they shut down really any type of opposition when it comes to issues like healthcare. Like I said, they wanted to take out a single payer out of their platform. And they've also deported 2.5 million people over the past 8 years, which no one really talks about. And we've also been in 7 wars. So I left the party because they don't represent me. And I feel like this is, especially what happened in this last election, people are ready for a change. People put so much time, energy, $27 into Bernie Sanders, and then also into helping Jill Stein, that you could tell politics is now in the mainstream like it never has been before. Like youth are talking about it. People in high school are helping this campaign. People in college are talking about getting involved now. And this is how we're going to win, is when ordinary, strong-willed individuals are willing to say, I had enough of this. of these people who are owning our lives through a system of power by both Democrats and Republicans, who are catering to the 1%, while the people, the 99%, are just fighting for the scraps. They realize, like, I got to get involved. And so this is who I am. This is what we bring. We're nothing fancy. We're nothing too special. We're just ordinary individuals coming together and ready to take power back to the people. And so that's what we hope to do. I hate saying I hate talking about myself personally, because this is not about me. I'm just someone who's sick and tired of seeing people suffering, and it shouldn't be that way. So that's why I'm running, and I hope to make everyone proud. And hopefully if we win in 2017, we open the doors in 2018 for other Green Party members and third parties. And whoever wants to give a damn about the people, I welcome you all to get involved with this campaign, because if we win, that just goes to show that anybody who's out there who's truly caring and compassionate and courageous can be in Congress. So you just have to be 25. So
Wow. That is strong, man. That was strong. I love it, man. Fantastic job. I love the words, brother. You got it, guys. Follow my man Kenneth Mejia. Follow him on Facebook. Follow him on Twitter. I know his Twitter is at 25 for Congress. What is the Facebook again, Kenneth?
The Facebook is Kenneth Mejia for Congress.
Kenneth Mejia for Congress. And we have a website as well. It is
MejiaForCongress.com. MEJIA.
MEJIA. That's it, guys. Thank you once again for joining me, Kenneth. Guys, follow this guy. Follow Kenneth. Find out more. If you're local, get out the house. I'll be here when you get back. Or text me on your phone. But you got to go down and you got to support him. If you got some money, if you're going to give it to me today, don't. Give it to Kenneth. Let's help Kenneth get the word out. If you live far, but you care and you got love in your heart, how about joining this website, doing some phone banking to support his candidacy? We need real people. I'm tired of politicians. I want real people who just so happens might do politics to get something done for real people. You got me? All right, now. Thank you, Kenneth. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow it is Freedom Friday. That means anybody can call in, even Kenneth if he wants to. He can call in. He can talk about what's on his mind. And it's Freedom Friday. You get 3 minutes to give me your best closing argument. I'll see you next time, guys. This has been Power for the People. I'm your man, Tim Black, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you.
You know it, man. Great show. Great speech. It's been a pleasure, brother.
No, I appreciate it, Tim, and hopefully we'll be back on and tell you we won.
That's it, man. I'll email you and I'll let you know when the video's ready. All right?
You got it. Thank you.
Peace. All right, guys. That's it, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Kenneth is the real deal, and let me get rid of that. That's it, guys. Kenneth is the real deal, man. I love a person with heart and with determination and just with humanity, man. That's all it's about. And remember, guys, Power for the People. This is a new segment, and we're going to do some more stuff like this. So I hope that you're into it. I hope you like it. I hope that you find value in what we do. And go follow Kenneth. Mejia. That's it, man. I love this. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com.